Good morning everyone. Myself M.R. Rao. I am the CEO and the Managing Director of SKS Microfinance Company.
Introduce yourself.
My friend, my other board of director are Mr. J. Krishnamurthy and Mr. P.S. Pilli and Mr. Krishnamurthy.
PS Pilli.
Yeah, please.
It's my pleasure to say that the SKS Microfinance Company has been awarded the Microfinance Organization of the Year Award at the Microfinance India Award 2014. Our company has also obtained the highest optimal grading of MFI 1 this year.
By introducing the
SKS Microfinance Company provide the lowest interest rate among all the MFI and BFC institutions, which is 22% per annum, with a rate cut of 1% in October 2014 and 1.55% in July 2015. We have upgraded our lending management software with the launch of SKS Smart. Our company has also launched its Smart Tab project, enabling company's loan officer to carry out its activity on the tab. You will be happy to know that we are the only microfinance company which is listed in India. We are the second largest MFI in India by gross loan portfolio, number of branches and number of employees. We are primarily engaged in providing microfinance to the economical weaker section in the rural areas of India. We use our distributed channel to provide other financial products also. Some of our pilot programs that may gradually be converted into separate business are like we provide product loans on sewing machine, biomass stoves, and also loan against loans. These are the financial highlights of our company. Our total revenue has increased to 803.1 crore, which is 47.4% higher as compared to the previous year. Our profit after tax has increased by 168.7% and reached up to 187.7 crore this year. Our earning per share has increased by 133.6% and reached to 15.2 this year. The net worth of our company on 31st March 2015 is 1,046 crore. The gross loan portfolio has increased by 47% in year 2015 as compared to year 2014. The number of members whom we provide loans and the borrowers have increased to 64 lakh this year. As you can see from the graph, the trend is always increasing. As I've told you, our company is listed on NSE and BSE. You can see there is a constant increase in the performance of
the MFI which is listed on stock exchange in India.
Yes.
SKS. Can you tell me what is the difference between the Bandhan and SKS? Because Bandhan has got a banking stature and you still are on MFI?
Yes, sir, I can tell you that. Before 2010, the SKS Microfinance Company was the leading microfinance institution. But Bandhan take the advantage of having NBFC and MFI license. And there was an act of Andhra Pradesh Act which restrict the other microfinance institution and NBFC institution to get their services, to get the recovery. They do not allow other microfinance institution to get door-to-door services. This was the reason for the loss of for our loss for the year 2012 and 2013. But we have recovered from that. I will tell you about this later. What are the competitive strengths that we have? Being market leader, increase our reputation and credibility among our member and our lender. It helps us to secure capital at very low cost. It is the reason that we provide interest rate of 22%, which is the lowest among all the MFI and NBFC. Our long-lasting experience in the industry help us to understand the behavior of the lender and the borrower. And we also know the complexity of providing loans to these kind of people, which are in the rural areas. As I've told you, we are still financially stable. Even after the aftermath of Andhra Pradesh Act of 2010, company maintained its financial discipline.
What was the act?
So according to the act, according to the act, at that time there were many cases of suicide, and and by the guidelines of the RBI, the government have decided to restrain the activity of microfinance institution, and only the loan amount which is given to the people can be recovered. No interest will be charged from them. Only the principal.
The total loss?
Yes, sir. It was the total loss for the company for the 2 years.
So how come you have been sustained?
Because of the good market reputation. Because of the good market reputation, and we also provide loans in other state also.
So your portfolio of loans which you provide has helped you out in recovering
Yes,
this
sir.
type of loss?
Yes, sir. The portfolio of the loans and the reputation in the market. We also provide loan in other states also.
Okay, except Andhra Pradesh, you provide.
Yes, sir.
Not only the you can say the you are also going with the geographical
Yes, sir.
portfolio along
Geographical-
with your means interest portfolio, right?
Yes, sir. We provide loan in 17 states, not only in Andhra Pradesh.
So
That help us financially. And sir, I want to tell you, out of the 64 lakh members, 53 lakh members are outside Andhra Pradesh.
How many branches do you have?
Sir, around 1,260 branches. So most
So have you
of,
spent some money in expansion of the branch?
no sir, no money has been, and very less amount of money is introduced for the expansion. Most of the money, most of the concern of the company is to increase the number of members per agent.
Okay. Means you want more people to join you,
Yes sir.
and so that more revenue can be.
Yes sir, and it also help in cost cutting also. Suppose the number of member increase per manager.
So per member, per agent cost goes down.
Yes, sir.
Operation cost.
Operation cost.
Can you tell some of the person to continue with the rest?
Now Mr. P. Krishnamurthy will explain the further slides.
Thank you. Good morning all. Now you all are shareholders. You will only invest if your money is safe with me. So the risk we are trying to cover can be.
Next slide please.
As earlier in 2010, we distributed 30% of our total capital in Karnataka. After that loss, we entail restriction on the disbursement of money in each state. In each state, we restricted them to disburse the money not more than 15% of the total capital of company. And
So is it are these some norms?
so these are the strategies, you can say. We try to cover risk in future, so that
For sure it is there, but what about the you can say these are actually the Basel norms also. Let me tell you that.
but these are
These are the
made
capital
only after that loss.
These are the capital adequacy norms, that how much capital you should have and how much loan you should disburse.
Yes, sir, but if they will not know about this, why they invest?
For sure.
And the branches where non-performing assets are more than 1%, we made it that there will be no disbursement. And also, where collection efficiency is less than 95%, we restricted that no disbursement to be made in that state also. Fraud is an basic inherent activity which can occur majorly in our business, as we deal in cash on daily basis. Procuring indemnity bond from every staff with personal guarantee of third person. Minimizing the cash balance at various branches to 20,000 per day. The collection made by each agent is to be deposited in the same day at the banks. In branch, they can't bring more than 20,000.
Why so?
Sir, so that if a big amount is kept at a branch.
Why only 20,000? Why not 19,999 rupees? Why not 20,000 rupees?
So then we have to also count each coin also. For
This will increase number one your operational cost. Secondly, it is less than that. It has to be less than, minimizing, right? Because even the banks norms don't allow more than cash per person like that. That is what it is.
And we are giving members to access toll-free helpline number in order to address their concern in better control to us, so that we can be in contact with our members also on day-to-day basis. Fidelity insurance to minimize the loss against cash embezzlement. In case of cash is stolen, we take insurance of some part of our cash, so that in case cash is stolen, we can recover it from that. Branch staff perform loan utilization check. The money we distributed in market, we have a regular check on that the members are utilizing it properly or not. Half yearly employee rotation. Half yearly employee rotation. Half yearly employee rotation. In this, we rotate the employees with each branch in 6 months, so that if an employee knows his colleague or family member, he can provide loan to him only. So we rotate it regularly. Corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility. In compliance with the section 135 of CA 2013, read with the company.
Stop, my dear. Tell some other person.
Good morning, friends. Good morning, friends. What is corporate governance? Corporate governance means that the regular working of the company. The corporate governance initially involves the balancing of the interest of the shareholders in the company, that includes shareholder management, customer, suppliers, financial and government in the community. Why corporate governance is important? Corporate governance is important because to increase the accountability of the company, the company should be accountable to its shareholders. Second, they did not do indifference between the shareholders, that the large shareholder and small shareholder, there should be no indifference between them. Social responsibility. The company should be socially responsible towards the society. How can they give back to the society? Takeover and merger. At the time of takeover and merger, that there should be no difference between the shareholders.
Do you have some plans to take over some other companies in the near future?
Sir, we are merging with other companies, like we are also providing financial products of the Nokia. We are also providing other products like mobile sets of Nokia. I told you. We are also providing with loan on gold. So we are in the state of merging, but
It is diversifying, but not merging. But still, yeah, in the near future, if you want to get.
Growing our scam. At the time that we have discussed the Satyam case, that Satyam case is related to corporate governance. They did not do corporate governance regularly. So to reduce the scams, we should do corporate governance. SEBI has made corporate governance compulsory to some companies. Principle of corporate governance. Principles are shareholder recognition, shareholder interest.
What do you mean by shareholder recognition, and what is different between recognition and interest?
It's a stakeholder. It is stakeholder interest.
Okay. Every shareholder is also a stakeholder.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between shareholder recognition and shareholder
There
interest?
is a small shareholder and a large shareholder. They should be equally recognized. They cannot ignore the small shareholder. They should recognize large and small. Board responsibility must be outlined. There should be proper outline that how board should function in corporate governance. Ethical behavior standards should be, Purushottam said, ethical behavior standards should be maintained, and transparency. There should be transparency. Now, Shashank.
Hello everyone. Now I'll be explaining the balance sheet. In the equities and liabilities, the share capital, it had increased from 2014 to 2015 due to all the shareholders, that is you all. Thanks to you all for increasing our capital. Then reserve and surplus, this also increased, and the total of the liability side.
How much it increased? It is more than 200%.
Yes.
Say that, na? Where are the graphs?
The total of the liabilities is 46 billion. Now the assets. Assets under non-current assets, there are fixed assets that are tangible, intangible, and intangible assets under development.
Have you sold some assets in this year?
Yes, sir.
Because it is giving you.
Tangible assets we sold. And
Why you have sold the assets? What was the need of?
The premises, some of the premises, as I told you, we are going towards the merger of some of the branches. We are not in the mind of increasing the number of branches.
we are just diversifying.
They were non-performing assets.
Okay, non-performing assets are not part of fixed assets. Right?
No, I mean,
This is some of the branches were
Then the long-term loans and advances and the other non-current assets. These also increased from 2014 to 2015. Then the current assets, which include trade receivable and cash and bank balances. As the shareholders increased, so cash and bank balances also increased from 2014 to 2015. And the assets total also came out to be 46 billion. And now the P&L for 2015. In the income side, the revenue from operation, it also increased. Then the other income, these increased at a high rate. And the final.
Thank you.